My name is Ben Simon. I'm 20 years old.
How have you solved today's problems as a social entrepreneur?
In high school, I led a very large youth campaign for Darfur. We united the various social action and peace clubs around Montgomery County, Maryland. This was like 10 school clubs from different high schools. We got them all together and we led a really big campaign that divested Montgomery County, Maryland from the genocide in Darfur. So we basically got a bill passed from soup to nuts that restricted our $3.1 billion public pension plan for the county from companies that were helping out, making the situation worse on the ground in Sudan. So one thing, I've been very active since then in a variety of different projects. I just sort of look for projects that I think I can make a big impact on, that I look for openings and look for levers, ways to make a big impact with a small amount of work.
How will you solve today's problems as a social entrepreneur?
Well, I'm a student at the University of Maryland, and right now, the University of Maryland has just started up this awesome club called the Love Movement, which is really much more than a club, it's a movement. In the first 5 weeks of the school year, we've established ourselves as one of the largest clubs, and the Love Movement is a cross between a community service club, a social action club, and a party. That is right, you heard me, a party. So this is what we do. We go around and we hold extremely large-scale community service events that basically just bring everybody together, do really awesome stuff that's fun, it's entertainment, but at the same time, what comes out of it, really great things for the community and the world. And I think the youth are really ready for something like this, because I think a lot of people have strong values. I think the youth has strong passion, but it's also easy to fall victim to apathy, and a lot of people are pretty apathetic if you look around. One awesome project that the Love Movement is doing right now is called Spread the Love. This is an event that's going to be on a Saturday afternoon. 300 to 400 University of Maryland students are going to get together and make 6,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for local DC and Baltimore area homeless shelters. But at the same time, it's like a speed dating or speed friending event. If you're trying to find that special someone, you can come out, and basically there will be a jelly side and a peanut butter side, and there will be tables set up, live music from a DJ. So like say I'm on the jelly side, you on the camera on the peanut butter side, and I'm spreading the jelly, we're talking, you're spreading the peanut butter, and bam, we're making sandwiches together. And so it's like a fun event, and it's a rotating speed friending, you get to meet people and chat it up, but what comes out of it, 6,000 sandwiches for peanut butter and jelly, I slaughter that. 6,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for local homeless shelters. So it's sort of, the Love Movement is typified by this event, because the Love Movement is really just trying to use creative ideas, extremely, extremely ambitious ideas that can have a big impact and can be really, really fun at the same time. Because at the Love Movement, we think it's a tremendous shame that community service is often looked at as a chore, and people go into it grudgingly, like, oh man, I'm about to help the homeless today. Like, come on, man, you're doing a good thing, you're helping the homeless, and people have, especially youth, have this passion to help the world. And the Love Movement is sort of creating an environment by creating a lot of these huge events, and we have a lot of smaller events too. We co-sponsor events. We're like a giant network of good people trying to do good things for the world, and that's what we're doing. And we're 5 weeks old. We already have 1,300 people in our Facebook group. We're one of the biggest clubs on the University of Maryland campus, and we've already had requests to form other chapters at other colleges. The first time I took action was right before my junior year of high school. Going into my junior year of high school, I was a jerk. I was a football player. I was the top contender for starting varsity quarterback for my high school football team, and which is not a problem, but I just never really thought of things outside myself too much. And in preseason training, I had a really serious injury, and I threw out my arm, but it was more than that. And long story short, I basically couldn't use my arm, and just my social status in high school plummeted. Nobody wanted to be my friend anymore. I was basically all alone, and I remember walking through the hallways the first week of junior year, having gone from starting varsity quarterback to this guy who could barely move his arms, and nobody wanted to be friends with him. I remember mulling through the back hallways, just didn't want to be seen, and I stumbled into a social action club, and I knew a few of the people in there, and I sort of sat in the back the first day, but after that just started really getting involved and got more and more involved. I had a lot of really ambitious ideas for how we could just take it to the next level, and just became the president the next year, and just had a really, really great year. Sort of found my niche, found a lot of good people doing good things, and just found something I wanted to be a part of. And from then on, it sort of became a sustainable thing for me to be doing community service, social action work. Basically, that's what I do all day, every day, from the point I wake up to the point I go to sleep. I feel like the world is in really bad shape, and I can really identify with a lot of people suffering around the world tremendously. As somebody who was formerly disabled, you're looking at me today, I did 2 chin-ups 2 days ago for the first time in 4 years since that football injury. For the last 4 years, I was a disabled person. I walked around like this, like my arm just hung limp like this. I was in pain every single day, and it was something that was really hard to cope with. A lot of people didn't understand it. They thought I was joking when I told them I was disabled, because I didn't look disabled. I couldn't play sports, I couldn't dance, I couldn't shake anybody's hands or open doors, had trouble dressing myself. It was a very, very difficult time. And I think a lot of people take a lot of things for granted, don't really realize what they have, and there's tremendous potential to do good things in every single person. And it's sort of like, what will it be in you that brings that out? Because it's something for everybody, and humanity is on a difficult path right now. It's a lot of people are really scared. Some people say in 2012, some people just depressed. I've heard about like 7 suicides in the last week. This string of gay suicides, and one of my friend's cousins committed suicide, and a close friend committed suicide. A lot of people are suffering, and I feel like now more than ever is a time that people just need to get together, take action, and be their best self, and just do it up real good for the world. Thank you.
What advice do you have for young people that are interested in getting involved in their communities?
Say just do it. Just what are you waiting for? Just go do it. Right now. Right now. You watching this, do it right now. What's holding you back, really? You'll have fun doing it. You'll feel better once you do it. Bam. Thank you. If you want more information about the Love Movement at the University of Maryland, or are interested in starting a Love Movement chapter at your high school, college, or university, go to facebook.com/thelovemovementumd. Bam.